So today we are going to build on my grilled steaks that we freeze dried in my last freeze dryer load. What we have here is the juice from those steaks. When I cut them up and trimmed the fat, I trimmed the fat, and as I sliced in those steaks, a lot of juice came out. So I saved that juice and all the meat and fat that I cut off of the steaks. I put that all in a big pot, and I added a couple cups of water to that and boiled that for a period of time. I didn't really time it, just boiled it for a while, and then poured it into this cup, measuring cup, and then stuck it in the fridge. And all that flavor from the barbecue grill is in this juice. So I want to save this juice so we can reconstitute the steaks with that juice, and it should make a huge difference. This is the fat that came on the top. Rock solid. It's been in the fridge for a couple of days now. Well, probably a week. So I'm going to take this fat off the top. I want you to see how gelled that is. Just don't look appetizing, but that's the black pepper from when I grilled the steaks. I can assure you that. But we'll take it off the top. What that is, that's really like almost a jelly. So when I stick this in the freeze dryer and on the tray and we freeze dry this, let me mix up all that pepper that went to the bottom. This is going to be a really concentrated version. So we can add a lot of water to that for rehydrating the steaks. This is very concentrated, but a fantastic flavor. So that being said, without further ado, I'm going to put these take this over to my freezer, pour this into the tray in the freezer so I don't spill it. Then I got some potatoes to do, and we'll be doing a video of steak and potatoes. Next time you see this, it'll be coming out of the freeze dryer along with my potatoes, and we'll package it all up with some steak and make a meal in a Mylar bag, steak and taters. See you then. Okay, here we have it. So what we got here, this is my au jus, I think you pronounce it, my beef steak drippings. Then I did always have, if I have an extra layer of or an extra tray slot, I'll either put in a tray of milk or a tray of eggs or a tray of V8 juice. This is my spicy V8 juice. And then our roast potatoes is going to go with our steak and taters. And then a friend at work wanted me to do these for him. These are called sugar yellow peppers, and they are hot, super hot. So I threw those in this batch. So we're going to get this all packaged up. What I'm going to do with this, probably off camera, is I am going to, let me get this bag open. So I'm going to take this and put it in 1 gallon Ziploc bag, and then we're going to use my roller pin and turn this gravy into a nice powder. So let me get this packaged up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to package my steak and taters. So here I'm just rolling the gravy out using my rolling pin. Alright, I'll just set that aside. Alright, so I got 8 steaks in these double meal pouches. So I need to divide these into 8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these inside a Ziploc bag. In 8 portions. See if we can halfway. And I'm going to take my skewer and I'm going to poke some holes in that corner down there. And when we rehydrate, you'll see why I did that. Okay, so now I have a steak and potatoes in there. I'm going to take my gravy granules here and I'm going to put about a tablespoon in each one. That's so when we rehydrate that steak, it's going to absorb all that flavor. Okay, so each bag now has potatoes, steak, and gravy. So we're just going to put a 300cc absorber in each one of those bags. Alright, we'll get these heat sealed up and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the moment we've all been waiting for. We are going to rehydrate our steak and taters. Let's get her open. There's my taters. Take my O2 absorber out. Now what I'm going to do is I got 2 cups of tap water here. It's not hot water, just straight from the tap. Cool tap water. And I'm going to put about a cup in there, I guess. Right, there's my, see where my holes were poked? No, you don't see that. It's not on camera. So I've poured that into my Ziploc bag. And those holes that I poked, I'm draining the water out of the potatoes. That gives those potatoes a little quick soak of water. And that's all they need to rehydrate. And I'm draining that into this bag because my steak's laying in there and it's going to be soaking up this water. And it's also got my gravy powder in there as well. Okay, so that's mostly drained. So I'm going to dump these into my skillet. Let's turn that on high. Start. And I've got a little bit of vegetable oil in there. Okay, so that needs a little bit more water in that, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of that cool water in there. We'll just zip that shut for now. Just set it off to the side. We're going to handle these potatoes. These potatoes are already crisp, but because we soaked them in water, we want to kind of reach crisp the outside of them. I will include I think I'll pin a link to in the comments section, pin it to the top of how I made these roast potatoes. I use an air fryer with no oil. Okay, so that's been going about 4 minutes. So let's take our steak. Drain that water off. See how that feels. No, I'm not happy with that. I don't feel tender enough. That's what I have to do because my taters are starting to burn. Alright, so we're going to take that steak, throw it in there. I'm just keeping those potatoes moving so they don't stick to the bottom. Okay, so cook it on one side for about 2 minutes. I'm going to flip it over. Get the other side a little bit cook. Okay, so we've had 2 minutes on that. Potatoes are nice and brown. Let's dish it up and dig in. See what it tastes like. Well, there you go. What do you think of that? Does that look good? Let me get a knife and fork and we're going to have a good taste test. Okay. Let's see how those potatoes came in. Roast potatoes. Good. Those are good. See how the steak came out. I think that steak could have sat in that water for a little bit longer. Either that or I cooked it too long, because it is kind of well done in the middle. A little bit chewy. Great flavor. But I think I overcooked it. Which is the story of my life with steak. I never get it right. It lost all this pink. It's like well done now. But it's got great flavor. I'm not going to complain. I tell you what, in an emergency situation, that would be a king's meal. A nice bit of steak. I'm always happy with my roast potatoes. Those always come out really well. Let's try a thicker piece here, but yeah, you can see how well done I cooked that. But if you rewind there a little bit, I was cutting from a thin piece. When I cut into the thicker piece, it's a much tenderer piece. So yeah, I overcooked the thin part of it, because that's a nice piece of steak there. Oh yeah. I think next time I buy a strip steak roast and cut them, I'm going to cut them a little bit thicker. I tried to stay under the 3/4 inch limit of the trays, but I don't mind doing extra dry time, especially if I can get a quality steak out of that. Because the thicker part rehydrated way better than the thinner part. And that's probably to do with the way I cooked. We heated it up. That thinner part got done well done, and the thicker part stayed not well done in the middle. Although it's very close to well done, but it was just more tender. I don't know what to say about that. That was a good steak. See how those roast potatoes come out? Lovely. There you go. The reason I wanted to do these potatoes in the skillet was when I originally did the video, one of my viewers commented, he wondered if you could, because I rehydrated them and then reheated them up in the air fryer. He asked if you could do it in a skillet with a drop of oil. And it sounded like a good idea. And it worked. So thank you. So there you go. Another great success from John Bibbs, in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video. And hope you come back and watch me again next time. Steak and taters freeze dried. See you next time.